Hello everyone. In the previous example, means this example, we were having a single parameter of t type, means I am having a single variable of integer type, float type or double type. Now I'm going to have, next I'm going to do a program where I'm going to have two parameters of same type. Means if you see this example, what I have done is template class t, means if t is integer, this will be first parameter of integer form, means int a, int b, and what type of value it is going to return, int value. Similarly, if it is a float type, t is of float, float a, float b, and return type will be float. Now in this program I am returning again a value. If both are integers, so what value will be returned? Integer. If both are float, then which value will be returned? Float. So t a, t b, and what will be the value here? That is returned t. Now I'm finding minimum of two numbers in this program. What type of numbers I have taken? Integer, float, and char. What is this? Your conditional operator return if a is less than b. If this is true, a will be returned. If false, b will be returned. First I have taken two integer values x and y, finding minimum of integer number. Function name my, what type of values? Integer and xy. Okay, similarly for float, taking input for the float, and similarly for the char I have found. For char, the comparison is done on the basis of sky values. See here, 89, 90. The minimum is integer, then 67.90, second value 55.9, minimum is 59. Third is char a, b, minimum of char is a. This is the next, means same type, two parameters. The next program I'm going to do is your swapping. Now again, what was the logic for swapping? I'm going to take one temp variable, assign the value of a to temp, b to a, and temp to b. Now if you see here, what I have done here is I have done the swapping by a reference, call by a reference. If any change is done here, will be reflected in my main function. Means these are my formal parameters and these are my actual parameters. Any changes done to the formal will have effect on actual. Now int float char, again int num1, num2, 4 and 5, and the values I have taken. Now before swapping I have displayed the values. Now I am going to call the swap function. Now again, how to make a function? Template class t, this is my generic function, void swap. Okay, int float char. Similarly, this will also, if both are integers, temp will be also of integer type. So here instead of int, what I have written? T. Now after swapping, swap int I num1, num2 for float and for char. And after swapping, I have displayed the value. If I execute this program, see here, before swapping 4, 5, after 5, 4. 4.8 my 5.3 minus 5.3, 4.8, a and s small a, and the values are swapped. This is the next program that you are going to do. I think till now you won't be having any doubts as you're already aware with the functions. Now the next program I am going to do is making a template for finding sum of array elements. Now again, template class t. What I am going to do is I have taken two arrays. One is integer, one is float. Okay, now when I'm passing integer array and float array, so type I have taken t. I am returning the sum from my function, so I have written here t means if integer type I am returning integer, and if float value will be returned. Now here, if you remember, in case of finding the sum, I need to make a function as 0. I write it like this now, int sum is equal to 0. Now here, instead of int, what I have placed t. I, I'm going to use for the loop, and what was the way to find sum is equal to sum plus arr of I. Now array, I am going to pass here first integer type array will go int my array. Okay, assigning value 0 to the sum where I'm going to store the value. I for I is equal to 0, I less than equal to 4, I plus plus, add all the values and return the sum. Where to return? To this statement. Okay, because sum, this is my function call, and value will be stored in sum 1. Similarly for the float array, these are my float values. This function is going to get call. Okay, again the same syntax, function name, data type, and my parameter. Now float array will pass here again. Now this data type will become float, 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 calculating the output and storing it in sum2, and in the last I am going to display the sum. They have 15 and 7.8. This is all about your function templates with single type. Thank you.